In this video, I'm going to do the technical analysis of S&P 500 index for the week commencing from December 20th, 2021. This technical analysis will be in two parts. First, I will do it on the weekly chart and then I will do it on the daily chart. So this is the daily chart here. Okay. So let me tell you this, that last week in my technical analysis here, I told you that 4690 is the most important support and resistance. If the market comes down, then it will act as resistance. So I told you that 4690 is the most important support and resistances for the coming week. Okay, means the week that were that were commencing from December 13th. I told you that 4690 is the most important one. Now let me show you here on the chart. And again, I told you that if on Monday and Tuesday, means if on December 13th and December 14th, if S&P 500 managed to close above 4690, this is 4690. So I told you that if on Monday and Tuesday, means two consecutive candles, if they close above 4690, then S&P 500, this index, it will move up. And if there is only one bearish candle, only one, which you can see here. So I told you that if on Monday, if there is a bearish candle that closed below 4690, then for sure 100% on Tuesday market will come down. And you can see this the result. Okay, so this is how market came down. Then I told you that this is a very important support here. Okay, because this support is created by the calculations and also through the confluence shown. If you see 1 2 here, here, 1 2 3 4, so it was also created by the confluence shown. So I told you that whenever market comes down, it will find support here at 4635. Okay, and if it manages around 4635 or this 4635, in that case you can see a rebound. This is the rebound. Okay, so all you can see here, so you can watch this the previous technical analysis, and this is what I told you. Okay, then again, the condition where the S&P 500 was supposed to move up was two consecutive closings. But here you can see that only one closing, only one green candle. And the other day the closing was here. Okay, so that condition failed, and that was the reason why it came down on Friday here. Okay, so market moved this, okay, in a roller coaster way as it was predicted last week. Anyways, let's move on to the technical analysis for the week of December 20th, 2021. So I will begin with the weekly chart. Okay, so we are here on the weekly chart. This is the weekly chart. Okay, weekly chart means that one candle represents 1 week. So as we always do, so we do the technical analysis on the weekly and the daily, and this is how we get the most accurate results here. Okay, so if you look into this, the last candle, it's a bearish candle. Okay, and this bearish candle, it failed to engulf the previous bull candle. And secondly, this bearish candle, it fails to cross the high of the market that was made in the week of November 22nd. Okay, so it failed to cross or close above the high of this particular candle. Okay, so yes, it can yep, so it is saying that there is some weakness in the market, but the market is still bullish. Okay, so it is so this is the meaning of this candle. Okay, that market is still bullish, but yes, there is some weakness, but we cannot say that market is so weak that it cannot retry, or it cannot break the high of this candle. Okay, so the condition, it will remain same like I told you last week and last week also, that market is not going anywhere. Means in the bull side, market is not going anywhere until and unless it crosses and closes above the high of this candle that was 4743.83. So 4744, you can say 4744. Okay, 4744. So until and unless market closes this 4744, market is not bullish and market is not going anywhere. Yes, but so okay, so we will discuss it more on means more in detail on the daily chart. So let us first cover the weekly chart and then we will move to the daily chart. Okay, so now here let's do the technical analysis. Okay, so technical analysis. First, the Bollinger Bands. This is the upper band of the Bollinger Band, and market is closed above the median of the Bollinger Band. So through Bollinger Bands, market is bullish on the weekly chart. Market is bullish through Bollinger Band. Now, if we look into these moving averages, so moving averages, there is a clear fan out. Market is bullish, and market is moving above these moving averages. There is a clear fan out. Market is bullish. Now, if we talk about the Ichimoku, so Ichimoku, no, there are still no chances that market is going to hit the Ichimoku on the weekly chart. It is far, far away. Okay. Anyways, so but yes, through Ichimoku, market is bullish because market is moving above Ichimoku. So through all of these indicators, market is bullish. Now, if we look into some other technical indicators, so these other technical indicators here, first we have the MACD. Okay, MACD, there was a slip. There was a slip created by the MACD, and this is not good for the bulls. Okay, see, MACD is bearish. If you can see here, MACD is bearish because MACD is 113 and the signal is 121. Okay, which means it is bearish, and but that is not the point of concern. The point of concern is basically this slip that was created by the MACD here. Okay, so whenever a slip is formed, it's an indication that market is going to follow its usual trend, and this usual trend was bearish. Okay, so through MACD on the weekly chart, S&P 500, this market, it is bearish. Stock RSI. Okay, so stock RSI, it is still bearish because the K channel is 30 and the D channel is 37. So K channel is below the D channel. Okay, and it is bearish. So which means that if in the coming week, means the week of December 20th, if there forms a bearish candle, or for 3 or 4 days, if market remains bearish, in this case, this will further come down, and then it will be absolute bearish. Okay. Anyways, okay. Now comes the divergence. So divergence is normal as of now, 61. Okay, divergence is normal. Okay, but if in the coming week, if the market try to move up, and if it crosses this resistance, closes above this, in that case the divergence will increase. Means not to 70, 75, but maybe like 63, 64, 65, and then in 2 or 3 weeks it will trade on the critical levels. Okay, if we talk about the momentum is low. Okay, and it is neither favoring bulls nor favoring bears. But through MACD and stock RSI, because both of these MACD and stock RSI, they are supporting and favoring the bears, which means that through these indicators market is bearish. So again, just like last week, okay, on the weekly chart, again this trend is not clear whether market is bullish or whether market is bearish, because these indicators are saying bullish. Okay, MACD, stock RSI are saying bearish, which means that this trend is not clear on the weekly chart. So now we will move on to the daily chart, and then it will be more clear on the daily chart what is the trend, how the market is going to react, how the market is going to behave on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and so. Okay, so so we'll do this technical analysis on the daily chart. So let's move on to the daily chart. Okay, guys, so we are here on the daily chart. This is the daily chart. Daily chart means one candle represents one day. Okay. Okay. So here we are back on the technical analysis. Now this is the daily chart. Okay, one candle represents one day. So first, let me write down support and resistance. So support and resistance will remain same. There is no change in that. Okay. So here we have support at 47. Sorry, resistance. Okay, very heavy resistance at 4740. 4740. Then another resistance at 4690. 4690. Then 4633. Yeah, we can say 4635. 4635. Okay. Now comes the support. So support we have 4572. 4572. So you can write it like 4570 or 4575. Then again a good support, very good support at 4527. 4527. Okay, 4527. And then there is this, this critical resistance I told you on the when we were discussing this, the weekly chart. This is 4744. 4744. This is the most important and most critical resistance for S&P 500 index. This was the high of S&P 500 index that it formed on November 22nd. Okay. Now, sorry. So these are the support and resistances, and if you uh, look into here, then we have around 4455 sorry, just give me 1 second. It is around 4460. Yes, I guess 4460. Then we have 4460 or 4455, you can say, support, and then we have this final support at 4396 or 4400. 4400. Okay. Fair enough. So these are the support and resistances for S&P 500 index for the coming week. Okay. Now, so let's do the technical analysis first, and then I will tell you the expected movement of the market. This technical analysis, okay. First, the Bollinger Bands. Here is the lower band of the Bollinger Band, and market has closed below the median of the Bollinger Band, which means market is bearish. Okay. Now market has closed below all of these moving averages. Market is bearish. Okay. But do not forget that there is a fan out again. Okay, there is a fan out. These three moving averages, there is a fan out, and whenever there is a fan out and this kind of pattern is there, that is an indication of the bull market. Means the market is still bullish. Market will be bearish only when there is this kind of condition, when there is a crossover. But here there is no crossover, but the market has closed below the moving average. So market, you can say, not bearish, but maybe for a moment it is bearish. Momentarily it is bearish. Okay. So here we cannot say that market is 100% bearish through moving averages. Yeah, maybe like just 50% bearish through moving averages. But there is but there is still a chance, okay, that market will retrace or market may retrace because there is a fan out in the moving averages. Now the Ichimoku. So because market is trading above the Ichimoku, it is bullish. Okay, so only through Ichimoku market is bullish, but otherwise it is bearish. Now if we look into other technical indicators here, okay, other technical indicators. If you look into MACD, MACD is bearish. It is not heavily bearish, but it is bearish because the MACD is almost is 13 and signal is 15, okay, 15.45. So it is bearish. Now stock RSI. Okay, well, surprisingly, stock RSI is bullish because the K channel is 72 and the D channel is 69. Okay, so K channel is above, D channel, and it is bullish. Now divergence is normal, not a problem. Momentum, okay, momentum is almost dead. Momentum is the not supporting, means momentum is neither supporting bulls nor supporting bears. It's a confusing situation because um, MACD, Bollinger Bands, and partially these are moving averages. Okay, they are saying it is bearish. Okay, again partially moving averages, stock RSI, and the Ichimoku, they are saying that market is bullish. Okay, so in this case again, it is not clear whether market is bullish or bearish. Okay, just like on the weekly chart, and whenever this kind of situation is there where the market where the trend is not clear on the weekly and on the daily, then there are very heavy chances that market is going into consolidation. Okay, consolidation. Consolidation means market may spend a little more time in this particular zone. What zone? This 4635 to 4690, or 4572 or 4575 to 469. Okay, but comfortably you can say 4635 to 4690. Okay, in this particular zone, a bit up, a bit down, like this. So this is a situation where it looks like that market is trying to enter or have entered in this the consolidation. Okay, and what we do when the market is consolidated, or when it is trading sideways, we do not trade. It is advisable whenever market is not in that trend. Okay, do not trade in a sideways market or in a consolidated market, because you never know what's gonna happen next. Okay, anyways, so now let me tell you like what is expected to happen and how you should prepare to trade in S&P 500 in the coming week. See, um okay, if on Monday, if you see that market has closed above this 4635. So last week 4690 was critical, but now coming week 4635 is critical. Means it will play an important role here. If you see that market has closed above 4635 on 2 consecutive days, again I repeat, on 2 consecutive days. Okay, last week also I told you 2 consecutive days, and if you see here, one day it closed above and the other day it came down, and that was the reason this candle was formed. Okay, and similarly I told you here. Okay, and means almost in all of my technical analysis I'm telling you this, that 2 consecutive candles. Sorry. So if on 2 consecutive days, if market is able to close above 4635, which means that there are chances that it will be able to close above the moving averages, and in that case it may move up, means because in that case it will be bullish. Okay, and if not, in that case it will try to enter into the Ichimoku. Okay, and whenever market is in Ichimoku, it is advisable do not trade. Okay, because whenever market is in Ichimoku, you never know whether it is coming down or whether it will cross the Ichimoku, like what's going to happen next. Okay, here. So let the market trade in the Ichimoku and let the market come either this side or this side, then only you should enter into the trade. Anyway, so this 4635, it is critical. Okay, 2 consecutive candles here in the bull side, it will move up. Okay, and if there is only one bearish candle here, then it will try to enter into Ichimoku. But see, before it could actually break the Ichimoku, when it comes down, it will try to take a U-turn. Okay, a rebound. So first it will find the support here, then it will come down, then it will find the support here, and this support will be provided by this confluence zone. Okay, and if it breaks this support, then it will find the support at this the this the this part of the Ichimoku, this boundary of Ichimoku, the lower boundary of Ichimoku, and then again it will try to move up. Now when it moves up, and if it faces some problem, I means if it fails to close here, in that case it will come down, means it will then take, you know, this path. So it will try to move up. If it fails, then it will finally it will come down and it will cross below the Ichimoku cloud. Okay, so all you need to do is to wait for Monday, see whether it is closing above 4635 and the moving averages. If yes, then wait for Tuesday, and if the same happens on Tuesday, then comfortably market will try to move up. Now again, this bullish trend, okay, market may retain the bull trend only if it manages to cross and close our 4744. That's it. If not, then it will come down. Okay, so this is the trade setup here. Okay, okay, so I have shared the link to my Discord. This is Google spreadsheet in the description of the video, so you can take a look. And also, I have, you know, these programs, options trading strategies programs. So should you wish to participate, then you are welcome. Okay, and the link to these options strategies programs are there in the description of the video. Okay, guys, so this was my technical analysis for S&P 500 index for the week commencing from December 20th, 2021.